And finally tonight,
I think you threw me with the
Finally
emu,
tonight.
the emu comment. The emo comment.
We're covering day 40,000 of
I said emu.
day 40,000 of God not being in people's lives.
hang out. Stephen Meserve is founder of the rescue nonprofit known as Loving Cats Worldwide, and he hosts
He hosts.
show.
Is this supposed to like give them like a,
I don't
like
know
a
what they're
softer
thinking of
edge?
this. I think so. I think they're gonna.
Hey, we're not all assholes.
to determine the best breeds.
Unless you're Taylor Swift who loves her cats, then it's demonic.
Isn't that bizarre? Isn't it amazing that Trump? Did you see Trump's quote last week about Taylor Swift?
No, but did you see his shoes?
Yes, I saw that too. I saw that. He had a quote where he basically said, there was a media law that I passed, so I'm actually the reason why Taylor Swift is as big as she is. Like, he's literally trying to dovetail on her fame. Like, it's just, or coattail. Or both, dovetail and coattail. I don't know, it's both. It's bizarre, you know? You know what it is, Keith? It's bizarre. That's what it is.
By the rights, how bizarre.
I mean...
How bizarre! How bizarre!
I really do think...
Oh, this is happening right now.
I can't...
Oh, beautiful.
It's just... Oh, yeah, this is getting ready for Super Tuesday.
I bet you she wore gold zippers because Trump likes gold, and she put them right over those tits. He's going to compliment that zipper. I'd like to take it down with my teeth there, Lauren.
Hey, but one guy smells women's hair. I don't know what's worse, being accused of raping 25 women or smelling a woman's hair. What's worse, Keith? No, Keith, what's worse? What's worse? I don't know. No, they're equal. They're equal. So Biden is also a pervert. No. No.
Got that one clean, dude. Look at this fucking broken down.
His ass is up. I wonder what he's going to say. I bet he goes deep state right away.
He's not going to say...
What's he open with?
I wonder how long. I bet you within 4 months, his RFK and all those guys will start gaining more traction because he's not going to come at you with anything new. I feel like people are still under the assumption that he has this secret campaign he's going to unveil to the public.
No. It's
all this new shit Trump has been thinking about. It's the same shit.
Exactly.
His slogan is still "Make America Great Again."
No, exactly.
Bro, you were the president.
Yeah.
Why isn't it great already?
I know. Well, it's also they know the immigration thing is being pounded hardcore, obviously.
Well, that's why I was going to start saying they needed to pivot to the kids because even the right wing, all of their social crusades have unequivocally failed.
Oh, the vast majority.
Unequivocally failed.
Yeah.
Censoring music in the 90s didn't work. We legalized gay marriage.
Yeah.
That didn't work. The trans thing, people are starting to realize that that they almost don't exist.
Yeah.
They do, but
But then why do they have so much power if they don't exist? You see, they play it both ways. There's either 8 billion of them taking your children over, or there's 13. You know what I mean? So they're either they got you coming or going.
Here's his opening bit.
Okay, yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
Today, she refused to step aside and said this.
So they're going to go after her.
Who now publicly embrace Trump, privately dread him. They know what a disaster he's been and will continue to be.
She's full of shit, but I like the cut of her jib.
Oh, yeah.
I was running because I really wanted to be vice president. I think I've pretty well settled that question.
Has she settled that question?
Well, I settled it about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
How? What did you do?
He already made the decision.
Did you rape her with your dick?
35 points. And everybody knows her. You're not supposed to lose your home state. Shouldn't happen anyway. And she's losing it big. I mean, really.
He wanted to say big league. He loves saying big league.
I say big time. I say emo.
We're gonna really do a job. I think that, as you know, when we went to
He's
Iowa,
really embracing the impression of himself. He's doing a lot of things. Like, he used to do that like every now and again, but now he is like a guy doing a Trump impression.
Wow. Like, it's literally him interpreting the way he's portrayed in the media.
He
And then
knows
or
people
in Saturday
like
Night
my
Live.
mannerisms, so he does them all the time now.
Wow.
general elections.
Can you imagine that's how a sociopath, like, my image is so important, it has to be so honed that I will then do that.
He's J.J. Walker, dude. He's political Jimmy Walker.
God, have you ever watched his stand-up,
It's
man?
fucking brutal.
Numbers in Iowa
Dude,
with-
he was...
You see my hair? You know how you babysit a Trump? You put Velcro on the ceiling.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you give
I
him
remember exactly,
You give
you know?
him trampolines, the hair will stick. It'll be
I'm like,
beautiful.
you're literally setting the race back a century by making those jokes.
They're Biden's people to say, look, if you're going to
Do you want me to show you my pussy the way we're sitting here? I could flash you my cat as I'm interviewing you, baby.
Biden's decline, which is fairly obvious, with you for being, 77.
Well, he's declined, and there's no question about it. But he was always sort of semi-declined. If you
One thing, before I let you suck my toes, I do want to ask you this.
he's tried to be president many
wanna
times,
hear
4
what it is.
times at least that they know of. And all of a sudden, when he's most diminished, this is when he hit, and he did it. But if you look at me, I feel. and I
So they
really
go after Haley first, then now it's going after Biden. So there you go.
We've known each other a long time. If I felt
I would venture to guess this entire town hall is not going to feature one
Like policy
What
or-
are you going to do?
Oh yeah, no. People don't want that. They don't want that. They want the circus, the
I
theater.
heard you say that he's very persistent, and he probably.
And it's almost like at this point they've embraced, well, we like him the fact that he doesn't want to do shit, that's what we like. He's just a regular guy. He knows the president doesn't mean anything. So he's just going to go in and be a troll and meme everybody. Fucking
You are on
Dipshit.
fire, man. Holy
powerful
shit.
weapons in the history of the world, so powerful that you don't even want to talk about them.
And even when you like discredit people, like about the January 6th stuff, he never said that he approved of it. And then you show him a video of him literally saying he approves of it.
I know.
Well, I still like him. Like, okay,
Isn't that
just
amazing?
insert his cock further down your throat. How does that taste? How does that old 78-year-old rich man dick taste?
Yeah. You are
They want
man.
him very badly.
He's
Keith
gonna
Pazel showing up.
ejaculate. He's gonna ejaculate his fucking Scrooge McDuck coins into my fucking lower intestine. As long as I just get the head of
God.
that cock into my stomach, he'll just ejaculate gold into my gullet.
Isn't that amazing? How like they're like, no, he didn't really mean that. Like, so they just their denial, and then when you show it to them, yeah, they literally.
Truth is making me confused.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
You and your facts.
I know. Well, we have a different set of facts, Keith.
And then, but here's where they go, where did you hear that? Where's that video from? Is it from MSNBC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's been doctored. Well, no, maybe
Okay.
someone just took it.
You
Maybe
mean
on
to
a
tell
phone.
me that they just put a camera up in front of Trump and recorded him saying something real? Yeah, I'll believe that. I'll believe
like
that.
the exact
Yeah.
thing that happens.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me the sun rises in the east. You're going to tell me the sky is actually blue.
I thought
so
you're
the sky's blue
I
in
thought
your
you're
eyes.
a lib who loves Native Americans.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you not approve of cameras? I thought
Yeah.
they steal your soul,
You're
lib.
right, man. You're so you figured out my liberal hypocrisy. You see right through me. It's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, I want to hear what you say.
Because I think you have an obligation in this case. You really have an obligation to debate. When it came to the Republicans, I was up by 40, 50, 60 points, like being up on her. I think a poll just came out. I'm at 91 and she's at 7. And would you debate? You want to be smart. You don't have to waste your time doing
But
certain
that would be instructive to see
No.
you versus Biden on any given topic.
regardless of poll numbers. I'm way up on him now.
That's why he won't
yeah.
debate too.
What?
He's got no policies.
Oh, I know. No.
Like people think it's because like we don't want to make this a clown show. Bullshit. You want those ratings.
Yeah.
The right knows he's got no
Yeah.
bullets. He's
Yeah.
got no ammunition for
Yeah.
his gun.
It's just the same thing. Yeah, and it's go after an attack. So
He admitted I was right about almost everything, but in particular on energy. Do you remember I said, I feel like Perry Mason, the way you just collapsed?
meaning you're a
What a
homosexual.
What a
is that what you're
reference.
saying?
What a reference.
I know Perry Mason. Well, he knows his demographic. He knows he's
you're
going to
gonna
appeal.
You're gonna call her Quincy next.
I know.
You fucking
Ba, ba, da, da, ba,
Yeah.
ba. Jack Klugman.
Talk about if he wins. We can't
I think it was
allow to
bad,
win. We're
but-
not going to have a country left. But that's going to be, you will have energy costs, and this whole concept of all electric, everybody having an electric vehicle, they don't go far. People don't want that. They want everything.
No,
They
no,
may want-
you're not.
Who's
You're not
driving 300 miles on a daily basis?
Well, I know. Well, it's also, I got to say something else. It's no one's forcing you to buy an electrical vehicle. No one's forcing you to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe you get some certain benefit. No one's saying, no, you have to. Actually, me as a member of the government, you have to buy an electric vehicle. You have to. No, it's competing with
That's
other.
another thing.
It's just like.
I always say my anti-government friends. Find me one video, article,
Yeah.
reference, story, myth about the United States military ever
Yeah.
forcing anybody in America to do anything. Name one. The only time instance of martial law I know of in America is when the United States military put Japanese in internment camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is literally the only time
Yeah.
that the military forced people to do something.
And you're saying this because you think that these people, like, they're going
That's
to
what
come
they're
into our
afraid
house.
of. They
and-
think that this government is going to come take
Yeah.
your shit away. When has it happened?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Show me this.
I know. I hear what you're saying.
When
So, yeah,
Bill Clinton was president, show me this gulagged world.
I know.
That it was literally the peak of human civilization. He's the greatest president that ever walked planet Earth.
Yeah.
Show me all this despair.
I know. Yeah, but if you just put it out there, again, it is, you repeat the lie enough, it becomes the truth, and you create enough of an echo chamber, and there's gonna be enough people who have a disposition to accept what you're saying, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I do kind of feel that way, and therefore, yeah, you're right. I'm afraid of my children becoming trans.
What's happening now is China is going to Mexico
China.
and building massive automobile plants, and they think they're going to come in and just sell those cars from Mexico without a tariff into our country.
Will that happen under Biden if he actually?
Oh, so he's
won
trying to
the
get into some
second term?
policy
Do
here.
you think your tariffs would be pulled off?
Well, he can't do it now because it's so much money we're taking in. We took in $450 billion with my tariffs from China. Not one.
I think this
other
is attached. He's still taking credit for the economy now.
Oh, I know. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
That's what is insane about this guy. Is he can literally, well, the sky's blue because I fart, and when my fart goes into the sky,
It turns
reacts
blue.
with it. So it's actually my fecal matter and farts that's keeping
And people are like,
the sky blue.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
No, I know. It's a cult, dude. It really is.
It really is.
It truly is a cult.
Dude,
You
I
know,
watched this
it's, you know.
documentary about this Amy Carlson bitch, this Colorado cult, the love always wins. We'll have to
yeah.
watch that. This broad thought she was Jesus. She thought she was billions of years old. She communed through Robin Williams and all these. She thought that clouds were starships and that she was going to ascend. So she built all these followers and essentially just became a drunk. And through drinking colloidal silver, vodka, and starving herself, she died. But then they just hauled her corpse around for like an extra week or two because they thought she was going to re-enter her body. And they finally did a wellness check and found her mummified corpse. It's awesome. But that's where Trump is going to eventually be a mummified corpse.
That's the end game.
In a compound in Colorado.
Yeah.
With a bunch of weird fucking dancing hippies wearing Confederate flags talking about how he's the fifth leader.
Well, one of my buddies, tell me if you think this is so far off the mark. He thinks with why there's such an obsession with, the wealth has gotten so, there's so much more wealth than there's ever been. And that he thinks that the end game is they want to download their consciousness. They want to create the technology that can download their consciousness, onto a fucking memory stick or whatever the fuck it would be.
It's kind
just to
of like,
basically live in perpetuity
It's kind
and
of like
never
Get
die.
Out. It's kind of like Get Out.
Yeah.
The plot of Get Out was all these rich white people wanted to download their consciousness into young, fit black people.
Yeah. Yeah. So they could live
So they could
longer.
live
Yeah,
longer.
live healthy. Yeah, exactly.
I more think it's just that rich people are quietly building their own private world.
Yeah.
I'm talking arcs,
Yeah.
secret houses.
Yeah.
That's where my conspiracy brain
spaceships and
goes.
stuff, and
they're thinking about how to leave Earth,
Yeah.
and maybe they'll let us go with them.
Yeah. I think they want to get away from most people. I mean, it certainly is that way with, to me, like, gated communities, which when I was growing up, Keith, gated communities didn't exist.
That's
They
one
didn't
thing we'll get
exist.
into in America that I think is sort of realistic is the idea that political dissenters will just be poor people. If you are political dissent, we'll just make sure you're poor.
Oh yeah. Well,
Forever.
Yeah. Well, that they don't, this is what's been going on for 150 years in this country or whatever. Just, they don't, especially when the Industrial Revolution happened, I think 1840s, 1850s. There used to be militant working, like the working class was militant in this country into the 19th century. The labor movements of this country were in America, and they have success. Back then though, immigration was like, oh, bring them all in. Because we want to make the labor pool a lot cheaper. We want to get more bodies in here and get these unions to not have as much power. So it is whatever, how they're playing, the angles they're playing, it's just incredible. You know, it's just, yeah, and they're, oh, let's meet Patriotic Kenny.
I'm Amanda on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
My scooter broke down.
I went into a.
You know, but TikTok helped me out. Ron, like, he's got.
Kenny is the best thing that happened. You mean the Chinese run TikTok? And here's the even civil war that's going on in the right. There are some insane right-wing fuckers that are disgusted that Fox News shows these TikTok commercials. Because TikTok is owned by China.
Oh, yeah.
And China they're uploading our identities and they're stealing our information to eventually take us over hostily.
God. Well, that's the thing about, well, that's.
You can't see their eyes, Adam.
They used dental floss as a blindfold, Adam. That was an Andrew Dice Clay joke in 1989.
Yeah, that changed your battery.
But I was, no, the point I was going to make with that's what's so disturbing about them is they don't like each other, you know? So what they can agree on is that they hate anything that has wafts of leftism in there, whatever leftism is. They don't even know how to define the left. The left to me is just, oh, these people actually are somewhat more rational. Well, what they define as the left is
Jon Stewart said something yesterday on The Daily Show that was actually very poignant. And he said, he was talking about Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin and about how the right are all about how Russia's sick now. It's this, you've been lied to. He went to a Russian grocery store and had an orgasm that they had food. He was sniffing loaves of bread.
It's not the Soviet Union
and
anymore.
He said, Stewart said this. He goes, here's the thing. He goes, our entire lives, political discourse has been capitalism versus communism.
Yeah.
That was the war.
Yeah.
And now it's woke versus unwoke.
Yeah.
And Putin is on their team.
Yeah.
He's against wokeness.
Yeah.
So that's why they need to prop up Putin. It's them, they're going full 100% kitchen sink into wokeness is ruining society.
Yeah. Yeah. They're leaning heavily into that.
And whatever terroristic leader, I don't care how many women you've raped.
Yeah.
I don't care how many millions of people you've suppressed in your own country.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a fascist dictator. As long as you're against a non-binary X-Man, I'm on your side.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's weird how the alliance has become that.
Look at this.
That's mind-blowing.
I want to show you
it's truly mind-blowing.
a argument I got into with some nerds on YouTube over X-Men. There's this video of this guy criticizing the new X-Men cartoon. It's called X-Men 97. The women don't have fat asses. They took away their huge tits. One of the characters is non-binary. Clearly, something that's going to ruin the fabric of society.
Exactly.
It's up there with child hunger.
Yeah, I know.
Beating your wife
and not having health insurance,
murdering trans people because they exist. It's really up there.
I know. Well, it's the same.
It's equal.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
equal.
same.
So, my comment was the whole point of X-Men has always been to raise marginalized groups up.
Yeah. You're a mutant, and
it was invented in 1963. Now we're gonna through these comments. So he put wrong, and you guys get proven wrong every day. Stan Lee himself said it wasn't. I go, how have you proven me wrong? You literally just said something with zero proof. I go, I'll actually provide a quote for you. Stan Lee created the X-Men in 1963 as an allegory for the civil rights movement. The comic addresses the relationship between the heroic X-Men and the public that does not appreciate or even want their help. The quote you're talking about is him saying that he was lazy and made the X-Men born with powers instead of creating an origin for them. He never said they aren't based on civil rights. And then he put, stop. I already saw him in person say it wasn't. Cope as much as you want. It won't change. I saw his interview. It's not based on it, and it never was. You won't like it. Not my problem, normie.
Normie?
And then you believe the proof that is shown to you, even if I could. You wouldn't believe the proof on here, even if I could do it. I don't troll bait, and your delusions are the least of my problems.
God, it's so dismissive.
Show more replies. I didn't stop.
Yeah.
I go, show me your proof.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You don't even watch the videos you comment on. Get lost, tourist. I watched the video.
Do you know what's this is?
Did he delete my comments?
Do you know what this is a result of? Oh, well.
This fucker deleted my comments. I called him a dork. I literally, one of my replies was, I go, "Oh, in 1987 in an interview at Comic-Con," I go, that's what I hear when I hear your dork ass fucking comments. Oh, I saw him live. I saw him live. Say it wasn't.
God, Pazel is on a roll. Okay, you hear that? You've been on a roll, man. You've been coming in hot in this show, and you're sustaining it, Pazel. I'm impressed.
I saw
Seriously.
him live. Say it wasn't. I deleted your comments making fun of me because I'm a huge nerd pussy. How dare you make fun of me for being a dork?
It's just...
Do I have to click on? I swear. Oh, what a bunch of fucking dorks.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You interrupted.
Like, you know, when I went and did comedy a couple Thursdays ago, Keith.
And that's another thing. I'll let you get on. These fuckers censor. These free speech fuckers.
Yeah.
The second you make fun of them, delete.
Yeah.
You know, I can vilify trans people and literally call for their murder.
Yeah.
But the second you make fun of me and call me a dog, I'm going to delete the comment.
Well, that's another thing about it is that a lot of them are total pussies.
You're trolling me.
What, they don't? What, you know what I mean? Like,
Fucking
anyway.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that's it with Haley. I do give Haley credit for staying in there. I mean, she's getting crushed. But to me,
it's a wrench in his system.
Exactly.
I love how angry, how I made those X-Men dorks angry. That's how Trump gets. That
Absolutely.
Nikki Haley's.
Absolutely.
Why don't you just leave?
Yeah, no,
that's why that dork got mad at me because I didn't just go, "You're right. I'm a lib. I'm sorry." I kept commenting.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I show you, and if I do or don't have proof because I heard it and you don't even know, and you're a lib and you're a
what does he mean by that?
Coping means that like I'm creating. You're coping for like it's like what you say when you're like lamely championing something. Like you're making excuses for this. You're creating a cope.
Ugh.
A coping mechanism for, you know, that this is wrong and they're indoctrinating our children and you're just coping.
Do you know what this is all a result of? I was going to make this point earlier. This is all a result of just decades of, there's not even a basic set of facts that people can agree on.
Yeah.
There's 330 million people in the country. People need oxygen. You know what I mean? Like people need food. It needs to be healthy.
Real coping is what you do when the leader you want running the country has quite literally raped a 13-year-old girl. And you figure out ways to go, I know. I mean, I have a 13-year-old daughter and that fucking makes me furious and I kind of would have throw that guy out the building, but Trump did it. So I was, that's coping. When all of these right-wing heroes are literal child molesters and rapists, and they met their wives when they were 14, and they were trolling for 12-year-old pussy at malls while they were campaigning to be governor, and you figuring out ways to excuse, that's coping.
Yeah, God. Well, again, all of their accusations are an admission. All of their accusations are an admission. No, they're cheating. No, you're actually cheating. That's actually what you're doing.
And it's not working, so you're mad.
Yeah, it's not working
More
as well
people
enough.
voted for Biden than the cheating you did. And that makes you furious.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to try to cheat this next time around. I personally predict that there's going to be...
not letting black people vote doesn't work.
Well, they're certainly going to try to push on that more. But the fact is, women counteract a lot of this. You can't fucking suppress...
we're investigating a shooting in this black city, Kansas City.
Do you know what I think is going to happen? I think as the election goes on, there's going to be some mass shootings. There's going to be some mass shootings, I believe. I don't want that to happen. I think it's disturbing.
Oh, look at that. Look at a bald white guy as a person of interest for killing a child. Liberal America for you.
I know.
I'm sure he was a real lib.
Now back to the...
They're going to catch that guy. I murdered my daughter because she was becoming trans. Her school was making her trans, so I ended her life. And set her free from this sinful world. She was begging me for it.
How about
she
this?
was actually saying, "No, Daddy, don't kill me." But I read between the lines. She's been indoctrinated by the woke, so I murdered her. So to save her from this hell.
She's going to a better place now. Like some weird twisted logic like that. Yeah.
Plus interest.
I want to hear this.
Every day when I
We'll go to break after this.
Yeah, this will be good.
$80,000 a day. How will you put up that kind of money? Because you have a bond to put up. Even if you appeal, you got to put up escrow money. That's It's a lot
It is
of
a
dough.
form of Navalny. It is a form of communism.
He thinks he's Navalny.
The guys
That's
in-
the thing. That's the new thing. He's gonna say he's Navalny. What they're doing to me is what Russia did to Navalny.
Oh my God. Letitia James is horrible.
So literally, it's literally, you know, it's the news cycle. Let's latch onto that and just see what sticks. And if it
They're
doesn't,
going
we'll go,
to
yeah.
turn him into a war criminal, like into a messiah,
Yeah,
into
yeah.
like a political,
Yeah.
like Chris Christopherson's character in America.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
He's actually fighting the real corruption in America.
Oh, yeah.
Which are the woke Democrats catching people for legitimate fraud.
For legitimate crimes, because there's actually laws in our country
There's
for
this
a
guy,
reason.
Patrick Bet David, who has a podcast, and he started his segment going, literally no crimes. There's no crimes. Overvaluing your company to get bank loans is quite literally the definition of accounting fraud.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
what are you talking about?
I know.
Can you imagine if Joe Biden's son got caught doing this?
I know. Oh, I know. He'd
Can
be
you
skewered.
fucking
I know.
imagine?
I know.
Finished off that for everything would have been so perfect.
We would have
had the
jailed all
border
these
set, everything.
gays, and we'd be blowing off the heads of trans people in the street. Have you ever heard of the Danube River? What they would do is they would take Jewish people and they would blow their heads off,
Yeah.
and then they would fall into the river. There'd be nothing left but their Jewish shoes on the bank. We need to
Yeah.
do that to the trans people.
Yeah.
They would have gone on to the next. And